Cy Lichtenfeld was taken prisoner by the Germans during one of the fiercest and coldest battles of World War II in Europe, the Battle of the Bulge. He was held prisoner until the end of the war, and when he came home, he never talked about it.
We came back, we got married, we got educated, we worked, we put food on the table and a roof over our families' heads.
Eventually, at the urging of his family, Cy opened up and then wrote down what he'd been through in a book that he gives freely to family and friends. More than that, he's been actively involved in making sure a younger generation doesn't forget about what he and hundreds of thousands of others went through during one of the darkest times in world history.
And that has subsequently grown so that when I came to Mobile, I started making the rounds of colleges, the universities, and the schools, giving my talk on what was POWs, what was part of the war, because I found out that the kids they weren't getting any kind of education anymore.
In direct language, Lichtenfeld described his personal experience in the war, the thunderous crack of artillery and mortars, sporadic rifle fire, all while penned down in a foxhole, punctuated by waiting silence.
I mean, God forbid you have a sneeze when you're behind enemy lines. You do everything possible to keep that sneeze contained. But it's meaningless unless you know what that sneeze would cause that could wipe out a whole patrol.
His nominators for this recognition, both veterans of war themselves, say Cy's story and others like his should never, ever be forgotten.
Of course, we've got a unique man here that is royalty amongst these young folks. And it was always like being with a rock star.
Until I talked to him, I never realized that the Russians liberated some of our prisoner of war camps, which he was liberated by the Russians.
We're proud to salute World War II veteran and former prisoner of war Cy Lichtenfeld with our Serving Those Who Serve Award.
Thank you very, very much.
Bill Riles, WKRG News 5.